Welcome to Facts of Fishing FYI. I'm Dave Mercer, and this is the fishing news, views, and info you can't use show. Let's start off with a story about California angler Steve Wozniak. He's the first angler ever to catch over 1,000 different species of fish. Steve has spent over 20,000 hours fishing all over the world to catch his 1,000 fish that range from a tiny little minnow to a 900-pound shark. Proving that anglers are never satisfied, after catching his 1,000 species, Steve quickly stated that there's still 31,400 species he hasn't caught. Whoa. Now to some tournament news. With 53.95 pounds, Mike Goffrin won the AIM Walleye Championship this past weekend in Minnesota. In second was Robert Blauser, and in third, Joe Akata. Professional Anglers Association pros will be hitting Lake Tawanakee this weekend, September 9th to 11th. This is their last chance to qualify for the Toyota Texas Bass Classic, which will be held on Lake Conroe this year. This tournament takes the top 15 pros from the FLW Tour, the top 15 pros from the BSS Elite Tour, and the top 15 pros from the PAA Tour, and puts them head-to-head to find out who the best of the best is. Now let's go from some of the best bass anglers in the world to one of the worst. Bass tournament cheater Cedric Jerome Perry was arrested this past week in Dixie County, Florida, and charged with fraud and grand theft for cheating in a bass tournament. Basically what he was doing was catching big fish on another lake, putting them in an aerated cooler that he kept in his truck, and right before he weighed in, he grabbed those big fish from the other lake, claimed he caught them on this lake, weighed them in, and swindled everyone out of their hard-earned entry fees. But here's the kicker. Cedric the cheater obviously isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, because during the month-long investigation, police noticed that Cedric didn't even have a fishing license. So they charged him with that too. Now, I don't know if it's the heat down there or what's going on, but here's another crazy story from Florida. Palm Beach resident Chris Hogan was walking along the beach when he discovered a dead 7-foot whale beached on the beach. So what did he do? He pulled out his fillet knife and cut off a 2-foot section, tail and all, for dinner. Unfortunately for Mr. Hogan, collecting whale parts, alive or dead, is illegal in the state of Florida. And after being busted, he stated, "I apologize to the state of Florida. I did not know it was illegal." Really, Mr. Hogan, does it have to be illegal for you to know that lopping a chunk of a dead whale off for dinner is wrong? Oh, but it gets better. When officials asked Mr. Hogan if he was ever concerned for his health eating a dead whale, he simply stated, oh no, not at all. It was still warm and it only had one fly on it. That's gross. And finally, this past week, harbor masters, police, and firefighters all responded to a mayday call about a giant shark sighting close to shore in Somerset, Massachusetts. After spending several hours staring at the mighty beast, one brave boater approached the beast and ripped it out of the water. Well, it turns out there wasn't a giant shark at all. It was simply a styrofoam fin painted black. While officials are still searching for the pranksters that pulled this off and wasted their time, I think they're chasing the wrong lead. I think they should be going in a whole different direction. Maybe there is a giant shark out there, and now it's missing its artificial fin after being attacked by Palm Beach's Chris Hogan. Think about it. It makes sense, doesn't it?